So then what is a principal investigator? Uh, it's a term that comes, I think, mostly from grants, federal grants. The person who leads the grant is the principal investigator. And in this case, that term has been borrowed for a contract. And so the competed missions that NASA gives of all different sizes, when teams have to compete and try to win them, the leader of the team is called the principal investigator, and that person is a scientist. And so that was my role starting in 2011 when we had the idea we might try for this, all the way through the competition, 2.5 years of competition, starting in 2014 against 27 other teams. It was like the Super Bowl toward the end, because our budget is over $1.2 billion. And the industry partners, in our case, Maxar, which is now Intuitive Machines West, and our NASA partnered Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and the rest of our partners, I mean, everything's on the line. Hundreds of people's jobs for 15 years. It's a big deal. So we competed all that time, and then we were selected in 2017, changed all of our lives forever. And I've stayed on as principal investigator. My job is fundamentally to make sure that when we get to that asteroid, we'll be able to do our science. And so I've had to try to get to know every single part of the project, try to get to know every single partner, try to work in this world that I know you're familiar with, all of us are. Maybe you haven't thought about it quite this way, but it's responsibility without authority. Because only a certain number of people actually directly report to me. Many other people report up in their own organizations where there are other priorities. And my job is to keep everybody running down the same track toward the same vision.
Yeah, it's really, I was just a couple of days ago having a conversation about the role or the idea of a responsible engineer that's gaining a lot of traction in a lot of companies. And I think very often it puts the role or even the mindset of a responsible engineer is very much about that leading without authority, because you're taking responsibility beyond just your solid line relationships, because you have to truly take responsibility.
That is so exactly right. And I actually think the way you put that is so important for every human. That's what I would like to see every human do in their own lives, to realize that to be a leader, you don't need people who report to you. You need a vision, and you need values and a way of being, and you need to take responsibility for everything that you see around you and understand that you have the agency to make change. So That's exactly what you're teaching, is what I hope for everyone.